In this video, I'm going to talk about the 10 best jobs you can work from home if you're an introvert and you just don't like talking that much. Hi, I'm Lopez coming at you with another video from lopezsing.com. And I know there's a lot of people out here that are, maybe you're antisocial, maybe you're an introvert, maybe you just don't like talking that much, maybe you're socially awkward. I get it. I don't necessarily understand, but I know there's a lot of people out there that's like this. So there's a couple of contractor jobs that you can do where you don't really have any phone contact with anybody, if very little, if any. And I've done most of these contractor like jobs. So the first thing you can do is you can become a freelance writer. Now, I've been writing for at this point about 9 years now. I started off writing for other people, and then I started writing for myself. I've self-published 2 paperback books and a couple of ebooks. And I've ghostwritten for a lot of people on and off the internet. And there's a lot of time spent by yourself if you're a freelance writer. And when I say freelance writer, it's kind of a broad term. And it could be, you could be writing articles, you could be writing books, you could be writing scripts for videos, you could be writing ads, you could be doing white papers, you could be doing creating some type of campaign online. It could be content marketing. So it's kind of a broad term. But me personally, I've done a lot of copywriting, and I wrote some articles, and I've written books like this. So that's what I've done. Now, you don't necessarily have to take the same path as I did. I would say go out and experiment different types of projects as far as writing is concerned. Find the ones that you like and just focus on that area of expertise. So it could be, the topics could be in marketing, relationships, dating, money, fitness, medicine, herbs. So I say there's no perfect area to write in. Just focus on the areas that maybe you're passionate about, maybe you have experience in. So that's what I would say about that. So freelance writer is a good place to get started. Next is you can become a graphic designer. Now, if you're not good at designing, you can actually learn. You can go out and buy a couple books on Amazon. Just do a search on Amazon or do a search on Google, or follow some people that's giving away free design lessons on YouTube, or go to Barnes and Noble and buy a couple books. Or better yet, you might know someone that's into graphic design work and have them teach you. Give them, a couple dollars or whatever, and they'll teach you. That's what I did as far as the writing goes. I wanted to learn writing faster. So what I did is I paid people, and I went to conferences to learn how to write. So, and designing is, images could be anything. It could be a banner, it could be a logo, it could be for a website. So, just pay somebody to teach you if you want to really learn fast, if you're really serious about doing it. So next, you can become a translator. Now, if you're bilingual, if you speak multiple languages, this is a very lucrative field. As a matter of fact, I know a girl that's in Japan, and she's been a translator for 28 years. So basically, this is the only job she's ever had. and she's making about 100,000 a year in Japan. You know, and she's her English is very good. As a matter of fact, her English might be better than mine. You know, so I think most of these translator jobs, they range. I've seen it go from $25 to $80 an hour. I've seen it go within that range. So these jobs are very lucrative. A lot of these jobs can be for, I've seen translators at hospitals. I've seen presidents and vice presidents of and CEOs of companies have translators when they go to other countries. I've seen people that come from other countries and they go to the hospital here in the U.S. and they'll have translators. They'll set because where I'm at, I shouldn't say where I'm at, but certain hospitals will give their patients the option of having a translator. So if I have an appointment at 11 o'clock in the morning tomorrow and I need a translator in Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, whatever, right? That person would show up a couple minutes before I get to the appointment at 11 o'clock, whatever time the appointment is. This person would more than likely be there 10, 15 minutes before the scheduled time. And they would stay there with you the whole entire time. And just before you leave, they would have, the translator would have you sign off saying that it was there. And have a nice day, that's it. And you get paid, and that's it. And I actually know somebody that does this here in Atlanta. I think she worked 5-6 days a week, and basically she just show up at the appointments, most of her jobs is connected to the hospital. So being a translator is a very lucrative field, you know. So if you're a bilingual person, if you speak multiple languages, this probably might be something that you want to get into, you know. Next, you can become a web developer. Now, web developer basically is a fancy way of saying you can create websites for people. You're a programmer, you know, maybe you write HTML code, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, you know, maybe you do a little designing on top of that. So your job as a developer would be basically to help mainly big businesses and medium-sized businesses create websites, blogs, etc. You know, and if you don't know how to do this, you can learn. You can go out and buy books. You can buy courses online, or you can follow some of the people that's on YouTube. You know, I do write some code, but I don't call myself a programmer. I write HTML code, a little CSS, a little JavaScript, but and there's a website you can check out too called w3school.com, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the name of the website. Don't quote me on this, but I think the name of the website, if you want to learn how to code, w3schools.com. Just put that in the search engine, and you're gonna see it. It's a website where you can learn damn near every type of code known to man. w3schools.com. I think that's the name of the website, you know, but I could be mistaken on that. But if you Google it, you'll find it. You'll see it, you know. So that's that. So next you can become a transcriber. Now, if you don't know what a transcriber is, it's basically someone can, for example, someone can take one of my videos and transcribe it and send me all the text with everything that I said word for word. That's the transcriber's job right there. That's it. And somebody can take my audio as well and send me all the text, word for word. That's a transcriber's job. Now, a lot of these jobs don't pay a lot, but you would figure that you're gonna get a lot of clients. You're gonna have a lot of work, so it's gonna become a numbers game with this. So the more work you get, the more money you get. And being a transcriber is dependent upon how much they go by a certain amount of words. That's based on how they get paid. So that's basically how that works. Next, you could do data entry. A data entry, it's all about they crunch a lot of numbers together. And again, these type of jobs don't only get paid a lot, but they have a lot of work. So it becomes like a numbers game. The more work you get, the more money you make. So if you're used to playing with numbers, if you like sitting in front of the computer a lot, just as a transcriber, if you like sitting in front of the computer a lot, this is a job for you. You don't have anybody to talk to. You might have to send an email from time to time. At best, that's it. Next, you can become an editor or proofreader. Now, as an editor or proofreader, you could be editing anything. Could be an article, could be an ad, could be documents for upcoming book. It could be white paper. It could be almost anything you can imagine. It could be a script. It could be editing a script. It could be proofreading the script. Anybody that writes anything needs an editor, basically. So if that's something you might be interested in, it might be, something you need to get into. Could be a good idea or whatever, Next, you could become a website tester. Now, a website tester is a lot of people that create new websites. A lot of times, they need somebody to test the website out. So they'll go on, register for an account. If you have products to sell, they might buy your products like they're a new customer, just to test the navigation and the feel of your website out. And after they buy your products, once they get a good feel for your website, they'll usually have a list of questions, and they'll give you feedback based on their experience being on your website. So you can become a website tester. So that's basically the website tester job, is to navigate and test your website out and give you feedback. In a nutshell, that's it. Next, you can get into chat support. Now, a lot of websites these days are having more and more chat support. So chat support is usually the little box that pops out on the bottom right-hand side. And someone usually say, "Hey, hello, can I help you?" And they usually just ask a question, and some people use chat support and some people don't. So if it would be your job to respond back to anybody that visits a website. And a lot of companies are using it today. You got a lot of phone companies are using it. A lot of tech companies are using chat support. Companies like Sprint, Verizon, Microsoft, even Google. Facebook. Everybody's using it. Everybody's getting in on chat support now. And you don't have to talk. You just have to type. You just have to answer any questions or concerns that anybody have to visit these websites. That's about it, And last and finally, you can become a blogger. Now, becoming a blogger, basically, you're going to be posting and writing a lot of articles, on whatever you would like, because it's going to be your blog. Or, well, not necessarily your blog. It could be somebody else's blog, or it could be, you might be writing on somebody else's platform, like blogger.com. That's Google's platform. But I would highly recommend you, if you want to start your own blog, because you're going to have much more control over your own blog. And plus, eventually you'll be able to monetize and make money off your own blog. And it's so perfectly fine to write on other people's blog as well. But if you, the concept of writing on other people's blog is once you've written an article on somebody else's blog, the idea is to give people a call to action at the end so they can come back to your blog. I would highly recommend that. But with blogging, there's no phone calls. You don't really have to talk to anybody. At best, you have to send emails to somebody to ask them to write on their blog or do some type of deal. That's pretty much it. But there's no phone calls really necessary. You don't really have to talk to anybody if you're an introvert or you don't like talking very much. So those are the 10 jobs that you can do online without having to talk so much, and especially if you're an introvert. So if you like this video, subscribe, share this video with anyone that you think would see it of value, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And if you need any help online with any type of online marketing, go to digitalmarketingfast.com. That's digitalmarketingfast.com. So until next time, see you in the next video. Peace.